So you fancy some porridge for your breakfast? Well, you're going to need some oats. So to start with, you're going to need a field, and that's had its prepped on it. So if you're playing with ploughing on, yeah, it's going to have its ploughing state okay, cultivated, fertilised, limed up if you've got that playing with that setting on as well. And then once it's all done and your prep is finished, we can then put some seed in the ground. So we're going to go over to our tractor. We've got a seeder on the back, so standard seeder is going to work with this. So in the menu there, if we come down and we've got the seeding category under the seeders, so it's going to be on the icons along the bottom, it's going to be the third icon from the left. That's the one you're looking out for. So as long as the seeder's got that on it, we're good to go. So we're going to come over to the side of the field. We're going to unfold the seeder if you need to. Obviously some seeders may not need that. Then we're going to get to the edge of the field, wait for its animation to go through, and then we're good to get going. Now before we start, you do need to obviously change the output on the seeder itself. So it's currently on wheat, so L, B and Y, that's going to cycle through till we get to oats and we're good to go. So we'll do LB and B, lower it down, LB and X and turn it on, and we're going to get that message because obviously it needs to be planted in a certain month. So if we go into the menu, and it says there for the oats, the fourth one down, should really be planted in March and April and then harvested in July and August. That's if you're playing with seasons on. Well, we're going to plant it today anyway, so I'm going to turn this off and then we're going to go and straight with it. So seasonal growth, no. There we are, so we can then just carry on. So you just pull it into the field like that, and then it's going to be your seeding operation underway. Now, like we've seen previously, the texture doesn't really change, but the colour does. Fair enough. Right, let's get this field seeded then. Right, so we've got our field all seeded, and there is still two options to go if you really wanted to go for the full immersive experience. Now, we have got the little message down the bottom right hand corner, needs rolling, so that's going to give you a little bit of a bonus if you wanted to run the roller over the field again. But depending on your viewpoint of time versus money, it's not that much of a bonus, so I suppose it's probably easy to skip it, so no problem. And then also, if you're playing with weeds on, you may want to do a little bit of weedage before we get started. Now if you've seen the how to deal with weeds video, yeah, you'll see that the smallest ones, they tend to not really show much at all. So you might want to use the weeder straight after, or just bang a load of herbicide down straight away. That'll take care of them all, if you've got that turned on. I've got it turned off, so I'm going to see you in the next month. So month one, and to be fair, we've got a lot of growthage there. On the wheat and the barley, this looked more like second or third month sort of growthage on the visual style, so that's alright. So month two, a little bit different colour on the go. So we've got the darker leaves and we've got the lighter leaves. Alright, no problem. So month three, and we definitely got a bit more height on it. And again, visuals look very nice indeed. You've got the wispy bits on the top as well. And month four, we're ready to go. Oh, nice and golden brown. That's what we like. So ready to harvest. So obviously you're going to need to get yourself some sort of harvester. Now I've gone for the old sports harvester, but there's a few in the menu you could go for. So in the menu, you're going to come down to combine harvesting and then the harvesters themselves. So you're looking for the third from the left icon in the middle at the bottom. That's going to be your one for oats. So as long as it's got that on there, you're good to go. And then also you're going to need a header on the front of it. So same rule applies. Go for the oat icon, third from the left, and you can't go wrong. So we need to unfold the harvester itself. It's going to go through its animation like that. Then once it's done, we can then turn on the harvester, which is LB and X. We can lower the header down, which is LB and B, and away you go. There we are, we're harvesting our oats. Now, this does have the option of having a straw swath. So at the minute it's turned off, so it's just going to spread it back over the field. If you were to do LB and right on the D-pad, it's then going to produce a straw swath that you can then collect with a baler or a forage wagon. You could then put it into your cows and your pigs as bedding, or you could just sell it off if you wanted to as a bit of a secondary crop. Oh, fair enough. Right, let's get this field harvested then. Right, so coming up to the end of this field harvesting, and we're getting a fair amount off. I mean, we'll say that. Obviously the output for different crops is going to be different, because that then reflects in the price that you're going to get for it. Now you can quite easily, well I say quite easily, you could potentially take the harvester straight down to the sale point or the production chain if you really wanted to. But that's not really the way to go. It's going to be putting it into a trailer like we're doing here, once you get it lined up properly, and then taking it down that way. Now obviously you could potentially put the oats into a silo and save them for a better price. Now if we go into the prices menu, just down here like that, so there you are, I'm going to scroll down to the oats. We'll see what the best month is. It's going to be like before you actually harvest it in the first place, because it always is. So oats there we are. So best price is going to be in December, and you're going to be able to take them to the farmers market. You can rent the train, take it to Gold Coast Valley. You got the 2 grain barges, the grain mill, and then the grain river silo. So that's going to be your options, but there is some other options as well. So once you've got all the harvest off the field itself, you could then go and put it into your horses. Yeah, they're going to take it out, so that's going to be forming part of the base food. Now this is interesting because the horse is going to need a few different things, so you may not want to fill it up completely with oats, but you can put oats in there, no problem. You can also bring them across to your cereal factory. So you've got your loading in point and pallet spawn point just there, and then this is obviously going to go in and make your cereal. So we've got your chocolate cereal, fair enough, oats, and then obviously you got the rice version just there. So you got your 2 versions you're going to use your oats for. Then you can also put it into the grain mill. So you got your loading in point just there, and then round the back is going to be your pallet spawn point just there, and then you've got your production chain menu. So obviously oats is going to go into the grain mill and come out as flour. So once you've turned it into flour, you can then take it over to these 2. So the first one is going to be your preserved food factory. So you've got your loading in point just there. You then come around here, and then you've got your pallet spawn point just there, and then your production chain menu just here. So you're going to turn the flour into the noodle soup, and then if you want to take it to the bakery, you can come to the bakery, no problem. So you've got your loading in point round the back. You then got your pallet spawn point at the front, and then at the bakery you're going to be using the flour to make bread and part of the recipe to make cake. Alright, fair enough. Now obviously you have still got the straw as well that you can put into various different places, or just sell it off, you know, put it into your cows, put it into your pigs, that sort of thing. But that's alright. I mean, it's like a double crab, that one is.